All right, we have a Moto Stars video. Let's see if we can power through this one. This is the third video of the live stream that we do every week. So if you want to be part of the live stream, we have everybody in the classroom. Click that like, click that subscribe button and notification bell button. So just subscribe, really, and then you'll get notified when I do a live stream. But we're going to go over crashes and close calls. Okay, we're going to use the plan method on this. We're going to try to power through it. I'm trying to get you some of the main stuff up front, so that we can kind of apply this stuff. So this is kind of like a refresher for those of you that have been watching this for a while. We do a lot of beginner-friendly ones. So this is a refresher. So write in the comments. This is a test question type stuff. So write in the comments what is it you see. And when I call it out, I want you guys to write in the comments, okay? So for the first one, what hazard would you see here just from watching this first frame? What are the hazards that we should be paying attention to? Okay, here we go.
Hey everyone, we will start with the rider who learned the hard way while swerve being a bit more cautious when riding in tough weather conditions. The next demanding corner
Tough weather conditions?
too much for
wet road, there you go, Eli. Oh! Okay, what happened there? Remember, this is gonna be a refresher type video, so we're gonna try to power through. Ooh. Right on his leg. So, this is such a good video. I really want to power through it, but I don't. So we're gonna come up to here. So we lost traction on the front tire. Okay, I don't know if we applied the brakes too hard. That person was kind of coming in our lane a little bit, freaked us out a little bit. Either way, we lost traction in the middle of a turn, fell down. Okay, so we're down. I've made comments in the past when it comes to being on the fire service, and what I typically see with kids, I didn't see it a lot with motorcycle accidents. They typically get ejected, but with kids, their brake pedal. So imagine the clutch lever is a brake pedal. Their brake pedal would impale the inside of their thigh. I've had a few of those. I've had a few of those calls where it's like they have a nice laceration, a puncture wound into their thigh from their brake lever. So this is kind of like what it would look like if the kid fell and crashed. But this is also very good because it didn't happen here, so I'm glad it didn't happen there. It looks like that's the armor, so it looks like a deformity, but he has an armor inside of his pants, I'm assuming, and it's just kind of squishing on his quad muscle. But look at where the engine landed. It landed on his ankle and his foot. So as a motorcycle rider wearing full gear, acquiring using protective equipment, uses personal protective equipment, is so important because you don't know when something's going to happen. You can't control everything. So if something happens, you just hope you have the gear. So the gear is kind of like an insurance policy for your body. So when that bike landed on his foot with motorcycle specific gear, I'm going to grab one. All right. I got my boot. So motorcycle specific gear, okay? So I love the ones with the side zippers. I don't like having laces. So this is a TCX, I believe. It's from Italy. I love it. I got it specifically because it's easier to walk in, but they usually have a mid-shank sole here to prevent foot fatigue when you have your feet on the peg, and also for any puncture resistance. I got these ones specifically. You see the little holes? It allows airflow. It's also Gore-Tex, so the water will kind of come through it. But it's hard to point. It doesn't show it, but right here, right there, in this spot right here, there's a disc, and there's a disc. It's thermoplastic, basically hard plastic. I can't show it to you, but basically hard plastic here, and that goes on the outside of your ankle. So if something comes down, it's going to hit that first, and these are more rigid. Like this is really rigid. Motorcycle boots are rigid, so that if something does land on it, like this right here in this situation, it's going to hopefully prevent it from completely squishing and breaking bones and ligaments. It's going to maybe cause some bruising and maybe a tiny hairline fracture versus like a complete rip off of your ankle. So having motorcycle boots is very important. I like to have the ones with the side zippers. Let's see if I can do that. So I put my boot on, I zip it up, and then I lash it in. So now it just looks like this. There's no zippers, no laces or anything that's going to get caught on the peg. And then motorcycle boots has protection on the back, protection on the ankle, and then sometimes they have protection. It's a little bit harder on the front for rocks hitting. Sometimes like with sport bike boots, they go this high, but they're like hard, so that won't compress. And looks like what he's got. So motorcycle boots are so important. Don't wear sneakers or anything like that, okay? Don't do that. But we're going to try to power through this. I get too excited when it comes to like great visual representations of what we're trying to do here. And then how do you self-rescue? So if you see a motorcyclist on the ground, be like this truck driver. Help him out. I love that. All right. Oh, whoa, Jesus. What'd he hit? What'd he hit? Big group ride. Everyone's gonna laugh at you. A little embarrassing. BOA sneakers for your daughter, and it was a mistake because she won't wear anything else now. So, yeah, those the little twist BOAs for the tightening it up. Those you don't have to worry about laces. It's great. So what happened here though? What happened here? I don't know. It's hard to see the compression from the video. Best bet is that he just landed a wheelie and caused some disruption in suspension. I don't know, but we're moving on. Do we get another camera angle? No, he just saw his buddy crash. Practice that U-turn. See, look how, I mean, you can see his jacket's ripped up, so it looks like he has armor underneath, so that's good. But what happened? So I think he lost traction on the rear tire because he gave it a little bit of throttle in that middle of the turn, caused a little bit of a washout on the rear tire, which caused everything to get disrupted. But here's the test question for you. Not really, but write in the comments what you think happened. Let's go ahead and use all of our brains, throw out answers, and maybe we can come up with a common denominator on this one. But that was definitely a loss of traction on, I'm sorry, it was like a speed wobble type situation. But if you want to practice, because he's looking back, you want to practice your U-turn right there, guys, grab yourself the Smart Rider motorcycle training drills, 24 motorcycle training drills in a parking lot. You don't need a lot of room. Has QR codes on how to do it. Here's how you set it up. Only 10 cones. I do sell the cones with it if you want to get the physical one. But right here, I do have the digital version of it. So you can have it on your handlebars and practice in a parking lot, and you can click the QR code, and it'll take you to the video of me doing it so that you know how to do it and you can actually watch me do it. So you can practice your slow speed U-turns and figure eights and all that fun stuff. There's a discount code for 20% off, link in the description. Okay, so right here, perfect U-turn. All right, what do we got here? Okay. Oh. So when you see some random stuff like that, you got to do something. We have 3 different things to do in an emergency situation. Next test question for you guys. We have 3 things we can do. Rev bombing's not one of them. Honking the horn's not one of them. Flipping somebody off is not one of them. What are the 3 things we can do in an emergency situation? So we see this vehicle in front of us, slow down and hit something. Now, the moment we see this, what is it the things we can... Praying sometimes works, Hog Rider. But what can we do here? Okay, I'll give you one that you can't write in the comments. Emergency braking. Okay, that should give you a hint. What are the other 2? What are the other 2 things? And then write in the comments what he should be doing. Let's see if we can get 1,000 comments on this video. That'd be insane. Oh. Could have done something. We just didn't do anything.
In this situation, the
crest of the hill. What's around this hill? And there's the side of the vehicle. What are they gonna do?
He didn't give
that person can't see
at all.
Oh, same thing. 3 things that we can do in this situation. Okay, but what should we have been doing back here? Planning our ride. Okay, can't see around this hill. We're trying to locate hazardous situations.
Judge the distance and thought.
I see a side of the vehicle and all these people, so that's an intersection. That's a hazardous situation. There's possible people wanting to turn in front of me, so I'm going to slow down a little bit, right, Hog Rider? But then once we get to this right here,
he didn't give.
What can we do? What can we do? So if you didn't write anything, the answer to the last one and the answer to this one, there's 3 things we can do: emergency swerving, emergency braking, or emergency acceleration. It's your choice what you want to do, but you have to do something. If you don't do anything, this is what happens.
Chance at all.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Rear end. Oh.
Check a 3, which I will do because
Yeah. What is up, everybody? How's everybody doing today? That was last week. That was a last week video. How's everybody doing? We have a lot of people in here. How are you guys doing? Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Sign into class. We're gonna get into class pretty soon. I know I don't get it together, right? I think this button's a little too much. Let's do that. Let's a little more relaxed today. I gotta shave. You can't really tell, but it's coming in. 18 months, Missy. How you doing? It's Missy. 18 months. Gonna trim a little bit. I don't know. We have to power through today. Okay, we have 3 videos. We have to power through. Because I got to get it all done, and I waited till the last minute, which I need to find my passport. That's gonna be bad. Because I'll be heading out of town. Basically, I'll be on a flight. Yeah, I'll be on a flight tomorrow morning, so I'll be gone. So I need to get these videos done, and then I have to edit them, and then I have to really focus on packing and a few other things. What I've been doing this week. So let's go take a look at my phone. Let's take a look at my rock form mount. We should make a little segment because we do this every time. Because, like, what did I do this last week? Rock form, if you're watching, I mean, it's an affiliate. So, I mean, like, if you guys buy one, I get, like, a percentage of the sale. But you should probably get, like, a sponsored what did we do last week by rock form. Skip whatever the title is. We'll figure it out. Because I always go to my phone and I look at my schedule, and what did we get done last week, huh? Let's take a look. All right. We had a live stream last Wednesday. Okay, today's Tuesday. Well, I had therapy on Thursday, and I golfed on Friday. That was fun. I went golfing. So if you guys are on Instagram, I did share some golf. Let's see. Let's go ahead. I mean, that's me. That's me golfing. Slow motion. Golfing a little bit. Had some fun with my buddy. Had some fun with my buddy. That's me right there. So I did share that kind of stuff on the Instagrams. So there's that. Yeah, what else did we get done? What else did we get done last week? Gym and church. Well, I tried to go to church this last weekend or on Sunday, but I didn't do it. Lots of errands. Basically getting ready for my trip. I'm going to go on vacation. It's going to be my girlfriend's birthday this on Halloween's. The rock form rider recap. Ooh, alliterations. You know I like alliterations, Smee, and I know that's you, Smee, because YouTube changed. YouTube changed the way the live stream comments are. Like it's doing the at. I mean, I see Colin, I see Horovac, I see Smee. It's a different name, but I got you. Hog Rider, you're the same. It's Missy, you're the same. Crockett, I see you. Dave Wayne, how you doing, Dave from Elk Grove, California? I see that every time. Welcome back. It's weird. It's weird. But yeah, I mean, I still got the Dan and the Fireman. Yeah, it's her birthday, so we're going with her family to Florida. We're going to Florida, not Canada. We're going to Florida. Anybody from Florida? Is that how you say it? Anybody from there? I know Hog Rider's from British Columbia. I would love to go back to was it Victoria? Something like that? I don't know. Yeah, we're gonna be heading there for the weekend. For her birthday, we're just gonna have some fun. Gonna check it out. You guys see Jamaica getting hit with the freaking Category 5 hurricane? It's like the second or third strongest hurricane ever recorded in the Atlantic's history or something like that. Been kind of keeping an eye on it. It's not gonna hit Florida, but man, yeah, watch out for all the Florida men. Just those stories. Kent Rhodes is in Wales. Okay. But yeah, we got to get a rider recap, rock form rider recap. So what did everyone else do? Some more stuff that I did. Hey, Gator NATO, they should make one. The other stuff I've been doing is I've been working heavily. So I posted basically module 1 of the Smart Rider Training Manual. Things are always evolving. That's one of the cool, and I really want to get to the videos because, like I said, I have to really get through this. But I just can't stop just chatting with you guys. It's been a week since I've seen you guys. Every time I do something like let's see if you guys can. Destin, we're going to, I think, Destin, Florida, on the Panhandle. I don't know. I didn't set it up. Usually when I share something like about what I'm doing, how I'm doing, what's going on and stuff, you guys tend to be like, hey, yeah, I know that feeling. So when it comes to content creation or basically work or learning new things, it's a matter of actually thinking that you're going to do it well, you do it. Like, oh, I can do something different, and you just keep evolving. But the main thing here is just do. You just do the work. Yeah, I heard that too. It's Missy. I've never been. I've been to, I think, Fort Lauderdale and Boca Raton. That was nice. Something like that. But kind of like when you're cooking. And you're like, I really want to try this meal. You try it out the very first time. It's not great, but you learn a lot from actually doing it versus like not taking the risk. And then you just keep doing it, and all of a sudden you're like really good at it. Well, when it comes to the Smart Rider Training Manual, I went out and filmed. I did all that stuff. I did everything. I edited. I posted it. Getting some good feedback. And now it's like I'm working on the book. So I'm starting doing the book. And basically everything all involved is I was able to even reduce the training manual even further and further and further to the point where it's just like a very quick from permit, nothing, like no riding, don't know how to ride, don't know what kind of gear to get even started, to riding into the neighborhood, riding into a parking lot, practicing your endorsement stuff, some Smart Rider drills, and then now get your endorsement. So we're practicing the Arizona, which is some people are saying, well, it's different in California, it's different here, it's different there. Yeah, it's the Arizona licensing test is basically the MOST test, the most. I don't know why they call it that. I'll look up more why it's an acronym of some sort. But basically, like 39 states in the United States does that, and it's the MSF standard. California does like a circle and a few other things. And so like that's pretty important. So like what I'm doing is most states. I guess that's why. And so like I was doing it all, and it basically, I condensed it so much that like that's the book. Like there's all these other things that I want to add into it, which is the plan, like more of the plan method, the rescue stuff, how to set up a trauma kit, some mentoring and leadership principles, some physical fitness stuff, because riding a motorcycle, you can really mess up your back and your hip flexors and part of your pelvic floor and all this other stuff. It's basically all the ligaments and tendons that are connected. And so I really wanted to work on some of that stuff. And I was like, that's not what everybody wants. So the Smart Rider Training Manual is turning into 2 different books. And the way I was thinking about it was, well, at the MSF, you have the BRC1, the BRC2, the ARC1, the ARC. So you have like different levels of classes. And I was like, oh, that makes sense. I really wanted to combine basically everything into one. So the Smart Rider Training Manual is going to be split up between 2 books. And the first book is just mainly how to get your endorsement, all the practice skills, introduction to the plan method, because I still think that's super important, but how to basically get your endorsement from nothing at home in the neighborhood to riding on the road for the first time to get to a parking lot to practice your skills so that now you can ride to the DMV, the Department of Motor Vehicles, or whatever it is it's called in your state, and then take the test. That's it. Boom. Done. And then the second book is going to be level 2, and that's how you become a smart rider. And right now I have 8 chapters written out, and at least 2 chapters are based on rescue, a chapter's on physical fitness. There's a few chapters on common riding scenarios. There's like and then full gear and everything. So I think that's what's going to happen. So this whole week, specifically the last 2 days, I've been stuck in this office here. Been sitting in this office and using Photoshop and editing, and I created, so far I'm on chapter 7. I've basically developed the prototypes for the first 7 chapters of the 9-chapter book. Basically from zero to getting your endorsement. So like I've and it's gonna, and like I even printed out like a cheap, like I printed out and cut it. It's gonna be this. It's the same. Like this is the prototype. It's like the same size as the original Smart Rider drills, right? So it's the same size as this one. So it's gonna. Here's the updated Smart Rider drills. Anybody have the original? That'd be pretty interesting if anybody had the original. This is the original. Here's the updated one. This one has more drills and it's better format, and it's vertical, so it's a different thing. So I actually like printed out with my printer and I cut it and stapled things. And I was just like, working on it, working on the book, pre-write checklist and review, all these different things. Prototype, still going to work on some of that stuff. And it's black and white. It's not color like the other books. This will be color. And it's not going to be stapled. This is called saddle stitch. So it's going to be perfect bound. So it's going to be thick. I think so far it's going to be like 80 pages. And I've been taking a lot of inspiration from other MSF books. And this is a firefighter book. This is what you have to learn in the academy. This is just the firefighter section. You still have to learn EMS. You still have to learn hazmat, awareness, tactical rescue technician stuff. Yeah, this is TRT stuff right here. So I'm learning ropes. So I took a lot of inspiration from this book. Gosh, Matt, you have to learn this in 8 to 14 weeks. Basically 8 weeks. You have to learn this in 8 weeks. And I'm developing the new book. So it's going to be a lot thicker, 80 to 90 pages, maybe 100 pages, 80 to 100 pages. So it's going to be perfect bound like that, not saddle stitch. And so I'm working on it. That's what I've been doing for the last 2-3 days, nonstop. Haven't been taking a break. And so I'm excited. So I want to share with you, we're going to go in the classroom real soon, just the idea. But yeah, this is coming to fruition. I'm getting that out there. I'm getting that out there. And then when it comes to ridingsmart.com, so for the Smart Rider crew, I've already uploaded the videos and a lot of the written text for it. But once the level 1 book is done, level 2, and I'll bring it up. It's a lot easier when I could just show you. Level 2 is very specific when it comes to kind of the crew. Let me go ahead and bring it up. So Riding Smart, the Smart Rider training system. So this is level 1, how to ride a motorcycle, a step-by-step beginner guide to pass your test and ride with confidence. So, I mean, I'm still working on a lot of this other stuff, but basically you're a rookie. You're a rookie rider. So from 0 to licensed rider, still working on some of this stuff, but basically here's the 9 chapters. So 9 chapters, level 1 outcome. Then level 2, becoming a smart rider. This is where, this is kind of like where the Smart Rider crew really takes off on this one. So the second book is really specific for the Smart Rider crew. And right now I have 8 chapters. So the complete guide to motorcycle gear, because the first one is basically just the minimum to get you started. Because the whole point is to get you to get your test, okay? Let's not overload you with too much information. Safety pre-ride checklist, riding with plan, and then how to ride in common scenarios in different conditions. The rescue method, so 2 chapters built based on the rescue stuff, some physical fitness, and then the mentorship and the Smart Rider mindset. And then at some point, I have some ideas. So maybe like a group riding, mentorship, and crew leadership, instructor. And then once everything is completely done, it's going to be a complete edition. But I'm excited about this because this one is so good. This first one that I'm working on, which is this, is very specific on how to ride a motorcycle. I really want to get people into riding motorcycles and doing it the right way and having or not the right way, but doing it the way I do it. I'm not saying I do it the right way, but the way I do it, it makes a lot of sense to me. So I want to share that with everybody. And so it's going to be 9 chapters. And here's the outcome, safely start, stop, maneuver the motorcycle, building confidence, applying the plan, and then actually completing all the drills and preparing for the DMV test. Very simple. And then this one's outcome is this is actually wrong. There you go. So embody the smart rider principles, riding in all conditions, trauma response. And then I do want the peak physical fitness. I do want that. And then how to mentor. So this is like full on smart. And then that'd be kind of cool to get level 3 and 4. But if we can only get level 1 and 2, that'd be awesome for now. But that's what I'm working on. I'm working on an actual training system. So it's not the Smart Rider training manual anymore. It's Riding Smart, the Smart Rider training system. And I think it'd be a good alternative to what we currently have when it comes to the education that we got, which is just the MSF or like the local training course. And that's it. Isn't that kind of weird? Like, that's all you get. I mean, you can get a book and then like try to learn on your own. I mean, there's a lot of people that grew up riding, so they already kind of know how to ride. They just don't have their license yet, but they already know how to ride. And then there's people that enter riding a little bit later in life and don't know. And so, like, what do? You just take the course. And it's like, well, it might not work with your schedule, your budget. So, I mean, that's why I'm developing this. And I know there's a lot of books out there that talk about it. I have them all in my van. I brought them all from the office. And they're like super thick and it's theory. And that's the thing is like it's mainly just theory. And this book that I'm working on, let me go ahead. No, it's easier just to kind of do this. This is, like I said, this is just a prototype. Okay. So chapter 1, it's just a prototype. This is not the title page. It's just the beginning of the chapter. So like minimum gear and what to get. Once again, all the pictures need to be updated. I'm going to maneuver stuff. But it's basically just like bullet points for the most part. So pre-ride checklist, pre-ride gear checklist before starting the motorcycle chapter review. And the main thing here is that, yeah, you can scan the QR code to watch the actual lesson. So I walk you through it. But it's a checklist because it's like, I just want to know what I need to know to start riding. That's it. I don't need to read about theory. I don't need to read about that. So like the whole point is to make this good enough to where you could just read this and then basically learn. And if you want extra, you scan the QR code. And then I actually walk you through the lesson. So it's like I'm almost your one-on-one coach if you have this book. And yeah, so I've been working really hard on that. Been dealing with a lot of that stuff. And I want to work on that today, but I probably won't have time because I'll be editing these videos that we're going to be going over. So I probably won't have time to work on that, but once I get back from my vacation, I will be working on that nonstop, getting ready to get it printed. So it's going to be, like I said, it's going to be a lot thicker, but it's going to be it's going to be landscape, not the portrait mode. So it's going to be like this one. And it's going to be a lot thicker than this. It's going to be like, I think I have it set up right now to where it's probably going to be close to, I think 80 pages, close to being 80 pages. And that's just for book 1. So the goal is to really reduce it at some point because I don't want to have like a 200-page book. So I might have to break them up in different, like level 1's its own book, level 2's its own book. That way we're not going nuts with like combining it all. So I'm pretty excited about it. I'm working hard on it. And then once that's done, 2026 is going to be a crazy year when it comes to content. Because that's what I'm going to be focused on heavily is making better content, making some more training videos on top of what I was I was like, you know what? I'm excited about making training videos, but I'm also excited about making what we do here on Wednesdays, or Tuesdays, I guess today, the live stream, the Riding Smart live stream. I'm super interested, I've been talking about it for a while, how to make this better. And if I have a book, think about the MSF, right? They have a book. They have an on parking lot, like they do a parking lot training, and then they have an in classroom training, right? So you have basically 2 days of class, Saturday, Sunday. It's 16 hours roughly total. About 12 of it is on the parking lot. 4 of it is in class, and they have a book, right? And that's just the BRC level 1 BRC book, right? So if I have the level 1, my version of a BRC book, and I go out into the parking lot or out on the road and do videos, that's the 12 hours of lessons, right? And then if I can turn this into a 4-hour part, right? The in classroom stuff. I mean, I basically am creating my own MSF. I think that's pretty awesome. And, who knows if it's going to be successful or not, but I'm working my butt off on it. And then on top of that, I just had a crazy thought today. We're going to get into the videos, guys. On top of that, it's like, why don't I just teach people how to drive cars? Because it seems like we're having some big problems here when it comes to riding motorcycles, right? All these terrible car drivers. Why don't I hit both sides of this? Make motorcycle riders really good, but then also apply the plan method to car driving and do some car driving videos. Like have a different channel, right? Do some car driving. So hopefully I can make car drivers, and inside the car driving videos, I'm like, watch out for motorcyclists. Maybe I can hit it from both sides. Because that's really where I started when it came to how I drive, or my International Association of Professional Drivers. It's like, might as well. I don't know. So who knows? I'm excited about that. I can't take up too much of my time on that one though. Main focus is motorcycles. Hey, can you talk about how to deal with friends, family, and random people that offer unsolicited advice that riding is dangerous, so you shouldn't do it? Nod and smile. Because their main concern is your safety. That's why they're saying it. And what people tend to do when it comes to that kind of unsolicited advice is that the way they share their concern is by control. So when they say don't do it, that's their way of controlling the outcome of you never crashing. So it comes from a good place. It's just communicated poorly. And there's a lack of acceptance in terms of like what happens in the world happens in the world. You can't control what happens in the world. You can't control reality. You can only control yourself and your behavior. A lot of people lack that. So when people do that, they're showing a little bit of unacceptance. I try my best when somebody's doing something that I personally wouldn't do. I just accept the fact that that's not my life and they can do whatever they want. And then I'll accept whatever consequences that happen, and I'll grieve if I have to grieve. But that's me. So how, for you specifically, when you're receiving that, like how do we handle that? Well, if you understand what I just said, you can understand that it's coming from a place of fear for them, especially with friends and family. And so they're trying to control. Random people, you don't have to be concerned about their feelings. But when it comes to friends and family, and you want to be concerned about their feelings, and you want to show empathy towards their feelings, you could literally say what I think Smee wrote: "Your concern is appreciated, but it's something I enjoy, and I'll continue to do it as safely as possible." I think that's probably the best answer you can give, and that's honestly something. If they don't accept that, you don't have to keep repeating yourself. You don't have to keep repeating yourself. You've already said what you needed to say, but I always try to come from their perspective of like, I mean, it doesn't have to be motorcycles. Like you could have like a wife or a partner or a friend, and they're like, hey, I want to spend 10 grand on this thing. And you're like, ooh, I wouldn't do that. I don't think you should do that. It's because you wouldn't do that. And it's like you'd rather spend your money elsewhere. You'd rather spend your time elsewhere. So you try to control and tell them it's not a good idea. So for the people that are saying, hey, don't ride motorcycles, it's dangerous, blah, 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 it's because they're saying, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't put my physical body in danger. I wouldn't do that. So they're saying don't. It's like, okay, you wouldn't do that, but I feel like doing it. You know? But one thing that we can do if we ever receive that unsolicited advice, and it's something I still somewhat struggle with, one thing that we can do is take it as actual feedback. Because there's definitely times where, let's say for this motorcycle thing, and you're just super excited. You're just so excited about riding. And you can apply it to everything. You can apply it to anything. It's like, I'm so excited that you become blind to certain things. You become blind to danger, or you become blind to a financial danger. You become blind to whatever, because you're so excited. You have the opposite emotion of what your friend's family is saying. And they say this thing. They're like, hey, don't do it. Instead of being like, no, you don't know me, blah, blah. Like, I want to do this. I'm angry at you now. Pause. You're going to feel that. But pause. Don't act out on that behavior. Pause and be like, I wonder if there's something I'm missing here. If this person that cares about me is worried about my health and safety, maybe I should actually take a look into this. Still do what I want to do, but I'll take this as feedback. And that's something that I think a lot of people also lack. So at the end of the day, it's really about pausing, processing, and moving forward with what you want to do after thinking about it. But don't let the emotions of others kind of bring you down too much. Film my rides and slow and show them, I'd get really... Yeah. She disowned you and you joined an MC. My mom hates motorcycles. Yeah. I mean, there's not much you can do sometimes. There's not much. Relationships are weird. I'm not the best at them. I'm working really hard, but I have the main thing is having a good relationship with yourself on all fronts. You know, forgiving yourself, setting expectations for yourself, offering yourself grace when you don't meet those expectations, but you tried your hardest. If you didn't try your hardest, work on actively giving yourself more discipline, removing certain, having a great relationship with yourself. And it really starts with having grace and forgiveness for yourself. Because if you don't have that for yourself, you're not going to be able to give it to others. Because if you're like, I can't forgive you for you doing that, it really probably comes down to you don't forgive yourself for something that you've done. So if you can't forgive yourself, then why should you forgive somebody else? It's really just kind of, I guess that's another thing is part of the Smart Rider crew, is I would love to have more conversations like that. And there is such a thing as healthy selfishness, and a lot of people call it self-care nowadays. I don't know the exact term for it. I come from a position of valuing yourself. That's a great one. That's I like that better. But where do you get that value, right? How do you get value? Because you can have a fake version of it. You could just be like, I'm valuable because I'm me. Well, what does that mean? What are you? And I think, just like with anything, I kind of translate it to the business side because of content creation and business and whatnot. It's like the only way you're valuable is if you actually produce something. You're only valuable if you produce something in the business world. And you're only valuable if you produce something and it's something that you produce that other people want. That's the only way you're valuable. Welcome, men, right? You're only valuable if you can produce something other people want. So at the end of the day, when it comes to valuing yourself, what is it that you're contributing to society and to others that is valuable to others? And when you start Oh, we got a donation here. It's from Dave Wayne. How you doing? Can you do a positive thinking book? And I'm decorating already for Xmas. My B-Day is November 7th. Can I autograph a booklet from you? Gotta go, brother. Hey, yeah, I can autograph. If you order a booklet, Dave, if I can see, if I know that's from you, if you order it, I will throw in a rescue card and a rescue booklet. So if you order just the booklet, don't worry about the cones. I'll throw in a rescue booklet and a rescue card, and I'll make sure I sign something for you. I don't know if it'll get there before your birthday because I won't be able to ship it until I get back. But I'll throw in a little note for you. I'll throw in a note for you as a happy birthday. Yeah, I'll throw a rescue card in there for you because it's your birthday. You know, I'll throw a rescue card, and I'll throw in a DD from Crew pledge, and I'll definitely sign this. Well, I'll do something. I'll make it more special. I'll give you extra for your birthday, and that goes for everybody too. If it's your birthday or something, you know, and you're like, hey, I would love to. Like, you order something, you send me I think you can send me an email or whatever, but I don't know if you can write a note. I don't know. I'll throw in a nice little signed nice to you. But, you know, I'll set that aside right now. Let's go ahead. If you're going to order, I'm going to set it aside. All right. So I got this. If you don't have to, I'm not calling you out here. And get a rescue booklet, a rescue card. I'll just and then this. I'll set it aside in case you do. You don't have to, because I know it. I can't do a discount, but I can at least throw. You know, there is a discount right now in the link in the description for 20% off for the booklet. So just do that. You do the 20% off discount for the booklet, and you'll get this too. Just for Dave, it's his birthday. But if it's your birthday too, let me know, and I'll do the same thing. I'll do the same thing if it's your birthday. You know, I'll throw in one of the games book. Do I have a games book? Yeah, I got plenty of the games booklet. The games booklet is the same thing as a Smart Rider drills booklet. This one has more. So this one, you can pay it forward. Give this to a friend. Give one of them. I'm not giving you the whole thing. Just one of them. So I'll throw one of these in there. I'll just open it right now. Because I don't sell these anymore. Or at least I don't promote them. I'm actually going to... I need to get back to MSU Moto Club. I was going to give them a couple dozen. So it's the same thing. It's just it has less of the drills, and it's cheaper. Let me go ahead and put that with the others. Yeah, if I see Dave Wayne ordered something, that will go in there. Okay. Do you have any plans to ship internationally? Ham on Wheels, welcome. I want to, and I think the easiest way to do that would be to sell, because you have to do the harmonized codes, and then the international shipping, making sure it gets through customs. I think once I finish the how to ride a motorcycle, I'm going to open it up to international shipping for books. That's much easier because once you start doing the coins, it's is it legal tender, all these other things, and it's just a pain. The digital version of the booklet, the digital version of the Smart Rider Drills booklet is international. The digital it's an instant download, so you can get the digital and you can print it out if you want. It's not gonna be the same. I get that, but you at least get the digital version, which I use I only use the digital version when I'm practicing. So like the digital version. Like you get this. This is international. And it's the same thing, and you can hook it on your phone mount. You just click the QR code, and it'll take you to the video. Just like the QR codes in here. Boxer's glove. Here we go, guys. So it's like the same thing, but that's international. You have the digital version? Okay. Can I have a sticker for my birthday? I don't know if I have any stickers. I put a sticker on the envelopes. I don't know if I have any stickers. Like actual like stickers just on its own. I wish I did. I could probably make some at some point. Let's go ahead and get this booklet ready. Welcome, Ham on Wheels. I was talking about something. I was talking about valuing yourself. So it comes down to developing a level of confidence for all the things that you've produced, having achievements, and getting to a point where you're like, I'm valuable because of the things that I've been able to do in my life. And that takes a while. Some 18-year-olds, 20-year-olds have issues with that because they don't have a life experience. But once you get to like 30-something, you start having some life experience. Check my email. Ham, what do we got? Was it today? It's probably my motorcycle training concepts video or email. Let's see. You're turning 30, Missy. I'm 38. Ugh. It's getting there. I'm almost 40. Still feel good. One thing I did notice is that my cardio is not as good anymore. I need to really step it up because at the end of next month, I'll be doing the Spartan race again. And I know Hog Rider's going to comment in here that we're all youngins. Check my email. I'm looking at my email. I wonder if it's in my... Because if you have a video, might as well just throw it up right now that you caught me. What's the email under? Yeah, see, Hog Rider, I knew it. What should I be looking for? Sent to the inquiry. Okay, so like the info at motorcycletrainingconcepts.com. I get so many emails. Was it yesterday? What is today? 28th? All right, let's see. I'm 1 foot in the grave. All right, let's see. I don't want you to give out your email address on YouTube, but what's like the first three letters of your email? Because I could just do a search. What's the first 3 letters of your email? Yeah, Shmi, same here. Yeah, pretty proud of all the chapters that I've lived through and survived. Don't worry, I won't call you Gramps. But we can put the pizza in a blender if you need to, because, if you need to have, if you can't chew. All right, K9, okay. Oh, what happened there? I'm not seeing it. K9W. We'll feed you like a baby bird. I'm not seeing K9W. I'm not seeing it. You got gold in your mouth, no fault. You got gold. Oh, man, you rich. Gold has been going up. Damn, why am I not seeing it? Maybe it was no, it wasn't a contact form. I know I get emails every now and then. Oh, wait. Wait, got it. Found it. Thanks for sending it again. Let me go ahead and get to YouTube. Let's get out of the emails. Here we are. Wait, I think I said something. Did I say? No, I couldn't. Because you know what? I did see it, but comments were turned off. I did see it. Okay. All right. Let's take a look. It's a short clip, but let's read the context. Semi had just turned onto the road coming towards me. I had already spotted the white Suburban approaching the intersection where he appears to have stopped for a stop sign, but did not see or choose to ignore the big fat safety green glob hurtling towards him. I was only rolling 52 to 55, so I was sure I had room to avoid. It was good mercy braking practice. Did not even dip into ABS. Hey, nice. Yeah, I could tell ZT views are down, sales are down for me too. All right, let's take a look. Yeah, that's another reason why I might switch to cars. All right, here we go. Side of the vehicle, we see that, right? Brake. Good job. Having a downshift so you can get back into the appropriate gear and then increasing the space. Great braking. So one thing we do see, right, is that we see the side of the vehicle coming up. We didn't fight for it. We applied the brakes, got ourselves into a new position for safety, right? So when we're doing the plan method, we got ourselves in a position for safety, and then we honked the horn. We didn't fight for the lane and then honking the horn while we're fighting for it. We got ourselves into the position for safety first, and then we let them know. Right? So we see this. You could tell that. One second. Let's go back just a little bit. So I want to. Oh, good point. I need to get the thing. Is it a chin mount? I'm assuming it's a chin mount, or at least it's on the top of the head, right? So I'm going to draw right it's probably on the top of the head. Yeah. So here's right there. So this is where top of the helmet. So your eyes are probably right here, and the camera is kind of pointed down just a tiny bit. That's all it is. But I draw this center line because that's the direction your head is moving. So right now the center of the line is because you're not looking down here probably. You're not looking over there. You're looking, Damn it, I'm muted. Thank you, Missy. I appreciate that. So what I was saying, I don't know how I accidentally muted it. So what I was saying is that this vertical line is where the head is moving, and then that circle is where the focal point is. It just so happens to be on the top of the head, the camera. Typically, if it's on the chin mount, it's center of the video. But with it's on the top, it's right there. So what I was saying was going back is that you're looking already for that side of the vehicle. You already know you have a great view up ahead. So you're looking. See how it's right on it? See, that's what I'm saying is that's where your face is pointed. So your face is pointed while you're looking at that side of the vehicle. You know it's an intersection. You're locating the hazardous situation. And right now it's a relevant threat. It's not an active one until it does that, and now it's an active threat. So now you're going to start applying the brakes, let them in, And then once you get into that safe mode, you're able to honk the horn. That's what I was trying to get at. So now let's say you're in 5th gear and you had to go all the way down to basically 2nd, but you're still in 5th gear. So you're at the speed for 2nd gear. So now you're downshifting. You're downshifting to get you into the appropriate gear. So very good. Very good, man. Good job with the progressive braking. Yeah. So you're looking, you're scanning. You see it, boom, they come up. See, that's the whole point, is like, let's say you're not paying attention and you're looking forward. You're just looking forward, you're looking forward. You assume they're gonna stop. You assume they're not gonna move. And then all of a sudden you get to this point, you're like, oh crap, boom. When you can see it ahead of time, you're seeing ahead of time. You're prepped for it. Not a big deal. You got yourself out of safety or into a safety. So good job. Good job. Thanks for sending that in. Good job. You know, in fact, let's do this. Oh, there we go. There it is. Let's do this. Let's leave it up there. We'll use that if we come to a point in the video. Gosh, this thing's like all open. If we come to a point in the video, I'll use that as an example. So good job. Where are you at? Ham on wheels. I'll make sure to say ham on wheels. Ham on wheels. All right. Well, we got to get started. We're an hour into it. I told myself we were just going to power through it, but we're just going to actually do it. So, yeah, and there's no place to escape either. So you had to do one of the 3 things, right? Emergency swerve, emergency brake, or emergency acceleration. You did emergency braking. So good job. Good job. And and you know, it happens all the time. That's one of the terrible things. We're doing it live. All right, we have to get started because I do have to edit these 3 videos that we're gonna go over today. I'm probably gonna just do a quick edit. I'm not gonna do anything crazy with them, but I'm gonna focus on that, and then so I can get to packing. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. What is up, everybody? Dan the Fireman here. We have a Moto Stars video today. So let's go ahead and take a look at some crashes and close calls. This is their newest one out. So there's going to be a lot of crashes, a lot of close calls, but we're going to be going over the plan method. So this is an educational video. So right now we already have this vehicle coming out. We're going to talk about some different patterns. So if you're a brand new motorcycle rider or somebody that's just getting back into it, maybe a little scared about riding with traffic, well, let's go over these things so we don't make the same mistakes. So let's take a look. All right, so lane splitting, just kind of going in and out. A lot of different hazards, not many escapes. Can't really see what's happening too much. We can't see what's around this bus until we hit something. So we'll go ahead and talk about it a little bit. Oh, good job picking your leg up a little bit, but it's still going to have that impact. Let's take a look. What's up, buddy? How you doing? You're on the ground? You're just going to lay there? Now, if you're able to walk, get yourself out of the roadway. Okay, we got a deer there. Oh, dear. All right, so we're going to talk really briefly on this one. So this is what a line of sight issue is, okay? If we can't see around something, we don't know what's around it. Pretty simple, right? Common sense isn't very common in this world. So when we're lane filtering, doing all this stuff, creep out. You hear them accelerate, okay? You hear them accelerate. And I make the same little metaphor here, is that when I'm in a haunted house, I'm looking around corners. I'm like, hopefully nobody's going to jump out, and if nobody's there, then I run. Okay. I do that. I'm not running past corners and just being lollygagging, not being prepared. I'm looking for those things. I'm locating hazardous situations. I'm seeing if there's any relevant threats, and then I'm going to navigate those active ones. 3 things we can do: emergency swerve, emergency brake, emergency acceleration out of it. In this situation, if we're not going fast, so let's say we're only going 20, you can stop really quick. You can stop within 15, 20 feet if you're going 20, and you're able to squeeze that front brake really well with some good progressive braking. You can get yourself out of that situation. But I am not going fast around things I can't see, especially with all this traffic. Okay, so let's not do that. So we have that little impact to the left leg. Not good. If you can, get yourself out of there. Don't just lay in the road. Oh, that's not a deer. That's a dog. All right, let's take a look at this one. Dog wants to come out. I was trying not to hit him, and the effer bit me. Okay, don't stop for it. Don't stop for the dog. Yeah, he'll bite you, and that hurts. Okay, so how do we get out of that situation? Okay, they talk about this in the MSF. But how do we get out of this situation? All right, so we see the dog right there. We have to juke him. Okay, we slow down, we speed up. We slow down, speed up, we move. Okay, get out of there. Get out of there. So we see this. Okay, now he's in our path of travel. We can't really speed up out of it, right? Can't speed up out of it, right? Can't speed up out of it. Can't speed up out of it. He's standing right there. So we're slowing down. Okay, got it. Got it. Right here. Accelerate. Don't know, Hog Rider. I get it. I see it. I don't know why it's saying hide, but we're gonna go ahead and hit show. You don't have to. So a dog like this, if you hit it, you probably will fall. Squirrels, it is. It's a squirrel. You know, you can actually go over it, and it's not gonna mess you up too much. But anything like this size or bigger, it's gonna possibly cause you to crash. But at this point, go. Get out of there. Accelerate. Go. So what I say, emergency brake, emergency swerve, emergency acceleration. This is that emergency acceleration point. Get out of there. Oh, little bump, little impact. Not good, not fun. Good job picking it up. Good job picking it up. Not much you could have done in that situation. All right, so here we go. Corners. So you see the chevrons. That indicates it's a tight corner. And we lost all of our cards. Somehow. Our wallet just flew out. Ooh, good little instruction on what kind of gear to get. Don't wear regular shoes. Look at your shoe will disappear. Don't wear regular shoes. Wear boots. Wear motorcycle boots. All right, so what I was saying is the sharp corner, because we have these chevrons. You can barely see it because it's kind of blending in with the nice little mountain rocks. Okay, little chevrons. That's going to indicate it's a sharp left turn. Okay, very important that it's going to be sharp. Okay, so when we go through a sharp corner, we're not trying to speed through it and lean the bike over more and more and more and more, because if we keep doing that, we're going to lose traction. We're going to run out of tire traction at some point, and we're going to low side. It's going to fall out from underneath us. Okay, we don't want that, and that's what's happening here. We leaned it too far, we lost traction, we fell down. So right here, we initially put our hands down. That's what you're gonna do. That's why we wear gloves. You don't want to rip off your hands. Gloves are gonna help out. Motorcycle gloves, those are motorcycle gloves. That's good. Motorcycle boots. His wallet flew. Is that a knife? No, it's a wallet. So his wallet flew out. Not fun. Not fun. I want to point out that right there. I was in the way. I'm in the way. Hey, look at that road rash. I don't think those are I don't think that's a motorcycle jacket. It's a little too puffy. So that thing slid up on him when he fell down, put his arm down. It slid up on him. And we have that slight discoloration. Okay, that's a burn. That's a burn. It's a friction burn, not a thermal burn like you get from a fire, but that's still roughly level 2. Okay, it's a level 2 burn. So we ripped off the top layer of our skin, and all our nerve endings are showing. All our nerve endings. And that's painful. That's painful. And that's why we wear motorcycle gear. That's why we wear motorcycle gear. So you see how just that small little crash, see how tore up it got? It's not going to do that to your motorcycle jacket. It's going to tear it up a little bit, but it's not going to do that. So imagine if you're going faster with something like this, it's just going to rip off. So it did protect a little bit of the skin, but you see how it slid up and it didn't protect that? Wear gear. Part of being a smart rider is acquiring using personal protective equipment. So just get some gear in case a mistake happens. Oh, there's a side of the vehicle. Please swerve. Oh, hey, he kept it up. I'm concerned about his left leg.
The solid line and face to check.
Hey, you dropped the bike. You dropped the bike. Yeah, his foot.
In a rather unpleasant way.
Yep, broken foot. Broken foot. Nice shorts. Skies out, thighs out, baby. That's right. All right, so let's take a look real quick. So good job on the swerve, because that would have been easily a T-bone and a lot more damage. Okay, why was that car coming out? They're doing... Let's go back just a little bit. I can't see... That looks like an on-ramp, off-ramp, whatever it is. Definitely not supposed to be facing towards us. Kind of a scary situation, so we have to find an escape. And he did a good job because he had to swerve around that person. So what can we do when we see this? This is the image that we get in our head. This is the whole point of watching these crashers and close calls, is so that we don't have to be in the same situation as them. Hopefully never. But if we are, let's learn from it so we can do something. At this point, as much braking as possible. So do some progressive braking to slow down and do a new position for safety, because you have to navigate this. Try to get behind this person. I know they're going to be braking too, but you're going to try to get behind and maybe get in this lane over here on the right. Maybe you're going to try to get over here because they're going to continue doing this, which is what we see. And then maybe we can just keep creeping over. But try to do that as soon as possible, not late as possible. So right here, we didn't really reduce too much speed. We just try to swerve. We got ahead of the other riders. Let's see if I can get that, because he switched that three. See how we're ahead of the other rider? Right there. See how we're ahead of him? I would try to get behind. I would be applying the brakes as much as possible and switching over, not speeding in front to get around. You see what I mean? Because when you're speeding to get in front, you're speeding and getting closer to the hazard. Slow down, get to the right, and then keep swerving after that. So he just kind of moved over. I don't know how much he switched into the other lane. I'm going to see if I can find the line right here. Okay, so we switch camera angle. So this is part of, there's the line. Okay, there's the line. We barely switched over. I'm not going to be able to see the other line before he hits the impact. Barely switched over. Was that his leg flipping up? Or is that the bumper? So there's that left foot impact. So he probably broke his tib fib.
Here we have a very dangerous.
You got to be quicker. Okay, you have to switch over. And if you don't have a ton of room, slow down and move. Slow down and move, not accelerate and move. Slow down and move, okay?
Ended up disrupting the rider's right in the other.
Should the driver have done that? No, because he's going the wrong way. Like an idiot. Is it the driver's fault? Yes. Could we do something? Yes. Would it have solved the problem? Hopefully. But it's still better than what we have here. The goal is to have close calls, not crashes. All right, he's in a lot of pain. It's probably really broken. All right, let's move on to this one. Let's take a look. Oh, we're just going to race through traffic. Oh, what the... So he endoed. He really grabbed traction on that front tire. The car started to move over into his lane. He slammed the front brake and actually grabbed traction. Typically, when you slam that front brake, the front tire loses traction and falls over to one side or the other. Usually that's what happens, and then you like fall down. This one actually grabbed traction, so it's really impressive. Great brakes, great tires. Somehow grabbed traction, up and over, high impact. Ran over his buddy. High mechanism injury, so we're going to want to be able to rescue our buddy. Remain calm yourself. It sucks. Ensure your own safety, so pulling off to the side of the road, very good. Make sure somebody calls 911. Wear some PPE, wear some gloves, and if there's any major bleeds, especially external, try to stop it with the tourniquet, direct pressure, or pack in the wound. Okay, try to really help him out because bleeding is not good. And there goes the bike. Not a good situation. Oh, that's a great view right here. One sec. I want to point that out because if you're a brand new rider, we typically don't have... Is that a cop? We typically don't have open lane patterns. Hopefully we have a better one because this actually starts off pretty late. So this car needs to switch lanes because it's stuck behind this vehicle, so it's going to switch lanes quickly into our open lane. That typically happens. Maybe we can get a better example, but when that happens, what can we do? Emergency braking. He's starting to swerve too, so emergency swerving. Emergency acceleration would be pretty hard. You're going to swerve and accelerate out of there into your escape path. But let's take a look and see what actually happens in this video. So switched over, very good. One, you can get upset, they get upset. Now we have road rage, can't regulate our emotions, start getting angry. Now we're starting to escalate, pretty stupid. Don't do the rest of this stuff. Nobody got hurt. Nobody got hit. Dude's tall. Okay, if this is like me talking to somebody normal size, what you can do, okay, a lot of people don't realize this. They always try to hit people in the face. They always try to go for the knockout. If you take out, if you do a nice round kick right to the side of the knee, you can tear an LCL really easily. Like you can tear that, and their height doesn't matter after that. Nice little boom. Trust me, I have to do that because I'm this guy. I'm short. All right, here we go. Having some fun.
The rider overtaking just before it.
Okay, overtaking, not a big deal. Right in front of the corner. Slow it down. We're going 100 now. 100 kilometers an hour. 62 miles an hour. Okay, good. Nice little turn. We have a sharp turn because of the chevrons. Okay, we got a leaf on us. Going a little too fast in this corner. Good job. Slowing it down. Almost hit the pole. Didn't panic. Okay, let's get back on the road. So a little too fast in the corner. Slow it down. Oh! As a black belt hog rider, I was a black belt in Taekwondo when I was 11. I got some strong kicks. Nice little side kick, nice round kick, front kicks. Oh. You can mess somebody up. All right, here we go. Oh, somebody opened the door like an idiot. Shouldn't have been doing that. That's one of the hazards you have when it comes to lane filtering. Hopefully no real damage. I'd be concerned about my left hand. Is that door hidden the hand? Okay, moving on. Oh, random person. Okay. Bro pressed me for absolutely no reason, by the way. Yeah, that actually can't happen. I'm not going to say he did anything to get this. There's some crazy people out there. Oh, I wouldn't park. I would move to a different gas station. QT's great. I love getting their pizzas. That's where we get our pizzas from here. Get off your bike. That's the one thing. Good job.
I swear to God, back up, bro. Back. Get in. No.
Oh, yeah, boy. I love that. Oh, that's his wife in the black car? Good for... Oh, my gosh. You got to... I was going to say, why are you putting your gloves on somebody else's car? But that's the wife. Thanks for the context, it's Missy. So, and I guess we're going to have some fun. That's awesome. I guess we're going to have some fun with some fighting issues and stuff. So he's getting gas. She's over there. Decides to press him. Great little U-turn. I guess this is a nice little segue. If you guys want to grab the Smart Rider Motorcycle Training Drill booklet, we have a bunch of different designs for the parking lot. You only need 10 cones or 5 tennis balls cut in half. You only have to set it up once. You can do 24 different designs. It does come with a nice digital download that you can get. So you can put this on your phone mount and you can practice. But yeah, when this situation is that you just need to have an awesome wife that is going to pull out this right here. That's really, at the end of the day, just have an awesome wife. I love that she's ride or die. Cruffy Moto, tell her I said hi. You hopefully are doing fine. Get him. Give her a high five. Go get her a donut from QT. They have nice donuts, nice little pepperoni pizza. I love their breakfast pizzas. At least get her something from inside. School parking lots are great, by the way, on weekends because school's not in. Businesses sometimes. But if they do ask you to leave because it's private property, you leave. Okay, you can do it at the end of a cul-de-sac in a neighborhood, and like the big ones. Easily do that. You only need a 40 by 60. Give yourself a little extra 10 feet on each side. So I guess that's like 60 by 80. And you can do these drills, 24 drills, practice your U-turns, practice all that stuff. You'll get really good at it.
A very risky situation.
All right, let's take a look.
Driver Steve tries to beat the approach.
Can't pronounce his name.
Thanks to the biker's quick.
We're looking down. What do we got here? We have intersection. Okay, good. Oh. So what happened there, everybody? Write in the chat. I'm going to go ahead and say it in 3, 2, 1. Okay, we have a left turner coming in. They're coming into our area, right? So we're locating hazard situations. Intersections and corners are dangerous for motorcyclists. That's not a good thing. And so what can we do? right? Is it a relevant threat? Yes, it's in our path of travel, so it's an active threat. So we have emergency swerve, emergency braking, emergency acceleration, get ourselves out of situations. Here would be a good opportunity for progressive braking. Okay, progressive braking, so applying the brakes. Now what happened here, you see the handlebars do that all of a sudden? So let's go and take a look at that right there. So what happened there was that we slammed too hard on our rear brake. And that's a common thing from going from driving to motorcycle. So if you're a brand new rider or you're wanting to get into motorcycle riding and you're a car driver currently, you're like, I think motorcycles are fun. I would like to get one. Just realize that when you're going in a car and you're hitting the gas pedal, right, to go, and then it's like, oh crap, you move over to the brake pedal and that's what you have, your right foot. Well, on a motorcycle, the right foot is the rear brake. So what we typically see with car drivers transitioning to motorcycle riders is that they keep their hands, this is the front brake on the right hand, okay, on the right hand. What typically happens is, oh no, an emergency. They use their right foot to slam that rear brake. Now, the front brake applies 70 to 80% of your braking power. And what happens with a car and motorcycles is that here's the front, right? And here's the back, is that when you're going this way, when you apply brakes, the weight transfers to the front tire. So that means there's less braking power to the rear. And so if you're applying all of it to the back and there's less traction, less weight on the tire, it's going to slide and it's going to do that. And so that's why you want to use more front brake. You want to use both because like I said, 70 to 80% on the front. You still want that 20 to 30% in the back. So you apply both, but just don't slam that rear brake. Now, let's say you slam the rear brake. What do? You release it. You release it. So practice your front brake skills, and that's what we do with the Smart Rider drills because you're going to have to use some front and rear brake to get around some of these more hard ones, okay? And then also, if you're brand new and you want to learn how to ride, I just put out a massive 2.5-hour video on absolutely no experience of riding to actually riding all the way to a parking lot to practice your DMV or your skills for the Department of Motor Vehicles so you can actually pass your test. But we practice in a neighborhood. So make sure you check it out. Link will be in the description for that. Fully comprehensive video, 2.5 hours, all time stamped. Will get you understanding how to ride a motorcycle. It's a little bit of a panic. So this looks like a new rider. Suspicious amount of gas. Yeah, because most gas tanks are about 3.5 gallons. Oh. Don't look at that up there. Look at that when you're filling up. Okay? New rider mistake. New rider mistake. I don't want to tell you how to fill up your gas tank. This is one way of doing it. But what I'm telling you guys here is don't sit on the gas or don't sit on the bike while you're filling up your gas tank. I get it. When you have it on your side stand, the gas tank is kind of slanted a little bit like that. You're not going to get it completely full. I get that. I understand. People want it full because when it's vertical like this, it's filling up the full gas tank. But when you're having it on a side stand, it's a little bit off to the side. I get that. That's fine. Just fill up a little bit. You're going to lose like 10 miles to your gas tank if you fill it off to the side. If you fill it while you're sitting on the bike and it's up like that, sure, you get a full gas tank, but you have less control. You have less control of what's happening here. And here's one of my biggest things is that you had to ride to the gas station to fill up your bike, right? You had to ride there. So what happens when you ride there? Your engine gets hot. Your engine gets hot. Everything gets hot. All that stuff underneath the gas tank is hot. Now, coming from a firefighter perspective, I know it doesn't really, it doesn't happen all the time. It's kind of rare, but it happens. Is that if something like this happens and the gas gets down to the hot parts of your motorcycle, it could get to the vapor limit. It could get to the LFL, the lower flammable limit, and it could combust. Now, here's the problem. You're sitting on the gas tank. You're sitting on your bike. So if it combusts, hopefully it never does. It's kind of rare, but it can happen. If it combusts and you're sitting on your gas tank, you're on fire. So stand to the side of it, have it on its side stand, look while you're doing it, and every so often glance. Just keep filling, do it slow. And it's only like 3.5 gallons, so it's not going to take that long. You're just kind of sitting there. And then when it kind of comes up a little bit, You stop, you put it away, you put the gas cap back on, and then you get going. Not a big deal. And you don't really want to fill it up all the way, right, Horovac? You don't want to, because on the turns, when you're turning, guess what? If it's completely full, it can come out. Not necessarily out there is an overfill, but it can come out and then it goes through the overfill down underneath your bike. Guess where your rear tire is? It's right behind it. So if it overfills and it goes through the little tube underneath your bike, and now you have gasoline, and now your tire goes over the gasoline, it's a little slippery. Okay, so that's my spiel on this.
Oh my God.
That's my spiel on that. So how do you know if you've overfilled? It's not something I've seen. So you can actually, like, those of you that have been riding, you guys know this, and you've been too, Smee, is that when you're looking in, I don't shove the whole tube, the nozzle inside. I barely get it. There's like that little ring. I barely get it, just barely in. So if I'm not paying attention and I accidentally like pull it out, it does that. I'm not going all the way in, and I'm barely going in, and I'm watching. I'm waiting to see the gas kind of come towards that ring. And then as soon as I see the gas, I stop. I stop. That's it. I just do that. And then when you look inside your gas cap, there's like a little hole off to the side of the ring. And then there's a little bit of a gap between like the gas cap and that ring that I'm talking about, that metal ring inside. If it overfills, it'll go into that little hole, goes down a tube on the bottom of your engine, and that's the overfill. So when you just get it like right there, I'm watching and I see the gas there, okay, I'm done, cool, and I shut everything off. Because if you fill it up all the way, you're turning, right? You're turning your bike. If it's filled up all the way, guess where that extra gas is going? Right? Where's the gas going? It's gonna come out of that little ring I was talking about, come out of that stuff and go into the overfill and drain out anyways. So don't overfill. Don't overfill. Don't fill it to the very tippity top. Just enough. Just enough. You're not going to get a full gas tank. You don't want one. It's not like a car. Very cautious. My thing is a fire hazard on top of getting gas all over my bike. That's not going to be fun. Okay, perfect. So right here. So you see how like this part right here is like thick and it kind of comes in? Okay, you see like some people fill it to like this top part. I don't get it. But you can barely see there's like a little metal hole inside there. I'm going to get rid of that. A little metal hole in there. That's you barely even fill it to where you can see the gas. You don't fill it into this gap at all. Yeah, and clean up as much as you possibly can. You don't want the gasoline because the gasoline will eat up paint. And another thing is hydrocarbons, gasoline, is extremely toxic to your eyeballs. So if you're filling up and you're looking while you're doing that, make sure you have glasses or your face shield down. If it's for some reason splashes into your face, you need to wash your eyes quick. Like quick. Because you can really damage your eyes. All right, so somebody came in front of us, nice little swerve. Good job moving out of the way. You notice how he's applying the brakes? So this person, when it comes to planning your ride, right, locating a hazard situation, assess, and navigate, he's in a good position. He's not side by side. He's not in a blind spot. He's staggered with the cars. So if you're a brand new rider, I like to drive and ride staggered with other cars like I'm in a group ride, but I'm with random people on the road. Okay, so this is a staggered formation so that if that person does come in, they're not going to sideswipe me. They did slam the brakes though and turn. So the moment their tires cross over that line, I'm like, oh, don't like it. So you see how he's already reaching for the front brake? Very good, very quick on the perception reaction time. Applied the brakes and turned. So that's a lot of braking power in turning. So I'm glad he didn't fall. But good job. Good job. Horvath. I love it. I love those technical terms. All right. So if you guys don't know who I'm talking to, we do this live, by the way. So hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell button. We do a live stream every week. I don't know what happened there. The guy just freaked out. Oh, open lane pattern. Oh, so good. So good. I love this. I love this. Nope, we're going over this. Open lane pattern. Let's go ahead and take a look. Okay, right here. Open lane pattern. And we're catching it right when he's about to do it. Okay, perfect. Right here. Open lane pattern. We have an open lane. This is why I call it an open lane pattern. It's a merge. Okay, just call it what it is. But I like using the open lane pattern. It's an open lane where I'm at. Long line of cars, right? And a car wants to get over into the open. Okay, they're just merging, switching lanes. But the open lane pattern, the pattern recognition of it all, it allows you to see that somebody might want to do it. So when I see this pattern, I am moving over. Let's go ahead and get rid of all this. I'm switching from this position of safety to this right side. So now I'm going to be over here. So part of plan, right? I located this hazardous situation. These are relevant threats. They're not active yet because sometimes they don't do it. They don't switch lanes. But I'm going to automatically put myself in a new position for safety just in case they become active. So I'm going to actually switch over to the right because on the right side, I do have an escape over here if I need to. And if I'm over on the right side, I have all this room. So if they do switch over, like they're like right here, right? They're like right here. I'm already over here and I can make that escape if I needed to. So I'm already prepping myself. So finding these patterns while you're out riding and driving, let me know, guys in the class, write it on your little notepads while you have a slice of pizza. If you see this all the time, and when I say notepads, I mean the comment section. If you see this when you're out driving. So that's an open lane pattern right there. So they switched over and you swerve out of the way. I want to be all the way on the right already. So whatever's happening next, I don't really care because now we're holding up traffic and now people are going to try to navigate around us because we became the relevant threat. We became an active threat by stopping in the flow of traffic. So just keep going. I was riding with 4 other bikers on the A51 towards Skipton on Thursday, 9th October 2025 when a United Utilities van appeared out of nowhere. The driver overtook us as dangerous, so I forced to hug the curb. Just to get out of his way, says he would obviously overshot his overtaking maneuver, only to brake immediately in front of me and to avoid a rear end bump with the motorcycle in front. Tossa! I love that. So great after action so far. So thanks for the context. Here we go. Let's take a look. What can we do?
Rather dangerous overtaking maneuver.
Okay, dangerous overtaking, very scary. Once I see that in my mirrors, my big concern is that this car is possibly going to hit that van. If I saw that in my mirrors. And what happens if they hit that van when they're side by side with me? They're going to impact me. It's going to, boom, knock them into me. So I'm immediately applying progressive emergency braking. This is an active threat. I'm going to let them in. I'm just going to let them in. I'm going to give them a space to let them in. And thankfully, he's off to the left so they can get in. But I'm actually going to be over here on the shoulder, applying the brakes, and then getting back into the lane.
Unfortunately.
So just like that. Perfect. Good job, Leroy Jenkins.
Didn't bring him in.
Good job. Talk to each other on your Cardo Pack Talk edges. So he said he's riding with a group of friends. We have Cardo Pack Talk edges. Link in the description for 20% off. Tell them about the idiot behind them, and that you're getting a little separated. Not a big deal. Just minding my own business legally, filtering through stationary traffic. Thanks to the heads up about the police, but motorcycles are allowed to do this. Some people don't understand. This is kind of why I almost want to do a car driving channel just to update drivers on what we can do as motorcyclists and then teach them how to drive because obviously a lot of drivers don't know how to drive. I kind of want to do a driving training concepts, like motorcycle training concepts that I got. All right. Dan the driver man. Oh! We've been trying to contact you regarding your car's extended warranty. Hey, do we have an accident there? Let's take a look. So how do we get in this? So intersections, like I said, intersections are dangerous for motorcycle riders. So line of sight issue, that car can't see us because of that red car. So we're entering this area. It's a little nutty, okay? So I'm kind of creeping into it. Thankfully, he's not going super fast. He's looking left at the car. Look ahead. We see this right here. The only thing we can do is accelerate out of it. So he's going to talk about car's extended warranty thing, but you have to accelerate out of that. 2, 1. Oh, not paying attention that it's a red light. Nice rabbit ears. Checking his booty. His booty hurts. So you got to pay attention. Can't just follow the rider in front of you. If you're riding with a group, don't ride following the person in front of you. Ride your own ride. They just so happen to be next to you. That's all. So we have that impact. Because you need to pay attention if it's red. You can't just assume that things are doing their thing. Not paying attention to the road. This dude has the satellite image on his Google Maps. That is, you see how much harder that is to see? I like to not have that, but it's up to you. But I do like having GPS on my phone mount or on my phone. So I use Rockform for my phone mounts. There's a link in the description for that. I really only have 3 sponsors, including me. You know, drill booklets, Cardo, and Rockform. All right, traffic is slow and stopped. Good little swerve. Good job. Moved out of the way. That could have been bad. Remember to always pay attention to the road. Yeah, so he didn't see that everyone was stopped. Swerved out of the way. Very good. That's what you have to do. You can't just get mad. Sometimes you're not going to be able to stop in time.
The SUV counters
35 miles an hour.
at 100
We're going 35
miles per hour. It's no longer a race. It's madness set in motion.
Okay. They have to turn left. They have a left turn arrow. Not a big deal. Move on. Okay. Can't see much on that one. Moving on. This is where the Smart Rider drills come in handy, doing those slow speed maneuvers when you're having to navigate through parking lots. Being able to apply the brakes. Okay, they got in our way. They weren't supposed to come in or whatever. Not a big deal. Let them in. Move on. Nice bike. All right, let's do this. What do we got here? Oh, side of the pedestrian. And those Uber eaters are getting a little nutty with those scooters. Moving on. Ooh, nighttime riding. We have a hazard situation. You notice how you can't see very far? Like, this is all you really have decent vision of. So, like, you have to be able to react in time with this. The only reason why you could see up here is because of the light. If it was pitch black, it's not good. One thing here, maybe his headlight is pointed down a little too far. So, you guys know that you can adjust your headlights. So, I would have adjusted my headlight to where this is where it's shining. Not down right here. So, you might have to adjust your headlights, guys. Just be aware of that. If you don't know how, they tell you in the owner's manual. Seems a little low. Good job applying the brakes. Somebody was coming out. All right, side of the vehicle, apply the brakes. Good swerve. Woo, close. So you hear the ABS kicking in. That's the ABS. So that was that person applying the brakes really hard to activate the ABS. Now you're gonna probably do it anyways if you do progressive braking. But you still want to be able to do progressive braking. So it squeeze a little bit more. This was more of a slam in a panic. This is why I say get a bike with ABS just in case you fail your braking skills.
What are you doing?
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get our knee down, but we can't make the turn because we're terrible at it. Thankfully, everybody's not hitting us. Don't try to do stuff like that. Just enjoy the ride. Oh, what the Remain calm. Ensure your own safety. Pull over. Help him out. Did he hit somebody or was it a Oh, it was passenger.
Okay.
Oh, geez. So, look at this. Right around the corner. Going a little too fast. Going a little too fast around the corner. Couldn't make it. There it is. Instead of being able to do that. There it is. That sucks. Going a little too fast in the corner, guys. Slow it down. But good job on everyone else kind of keeping calm, checking on everybody.
You guys okay?
And one of the issues when doing corners like that, you might have been able to make that corner by yourself really easily. But now you have a passenger that adds extra weight and a different dynamic to the actual bike and how it maneuvers. So you do have to take things a little bit slower. Okay, so just be aware, as a new rider, I know you want to be able to take your girlfriend on your bike or whatever and be like, hey, look, I just got a motorcycle license, hop on. It changes up how you do things. So get some experience, learn how to do stuff before you take a passenger, because it's a different thing. It's a different thing. And then put your friend on the bike or your girlfriend on the bike, and then take it easy. Oh, good swerve. Nice escape. Craziness here. No centerline stripe. Oh, beautiful views. The rider was just trying to catch up to his friends when another motorcyclist suddenly lost his temper after being overtaken. At first, it looked like he was trying to warn about something on the road, but it quickly became clear that his ego had taken a hit. Moments like this remind us that sometimes the real danger isn't the road itself, but another rider's ego. Yeah. If you're riding with a group of friends and they're getting mad because you passed them up, and yeah. So, guys, like I said, talk to each other on your cardos. You can connect, I think, like 15, 20 people on this, and you can all chat with each other. Not a big deal. You don't have to do anything crazy and get angry at each other. So you passed them. Okay, but beautiful views. I don't agree with passing when you're in a group ride like this. It's not, just stay staggered, enjoy it. Let the leader be the leader. Unless you're called to become the leader using your cardo. Unless you're called up there. Communication is big. So he's pissed. He's pissed. Which is kind of dumb. No emotional regulation on that one. A 12-year-old's locked into a 30-something-year-old body. You know, just get over it. Not a big deal. But with that said, hope you guys ride safe, be safe. Grab a slice of pizza. We have the booklets. Grab a cardo. Links are in the description. Learn how to ride a motorcycle. Links in the description. But if you made it this far, you know what? I'm going to put it up on the screen as my own end screen, not like Moto Stars, and learn how to ride. Okay? With that said, hope you guys ride safe, be safe. See you later. Hey, look at that. We got one done. That's the newest one that they had. We haven't had a reason to post. Oh, did we have a side of the vehicle yet? No. Well, we'll save that one. Oh, we got might be inappropriate. Yikes. Go ahead and hit I understand and wish to proceed. Take a look at that. That was a pretty good video. That was a pretty good video. But we got to get, what time is it? 12:30? Okay, we still got some time. I have to edit. All right, you're going to head to bed, Colin? All right, see you later. I have an early day tomorrow, too. I got to wake up at 5 in the morning. But yeah, see you later, Colin. Thank you for showing up. We have 84 of you? 80 of you in here? 41 likes. Guys, let's get some likes. Let's get over 50 at least. Come on now. You don't get a slice of pizza unless you hit a like button. You gotta put the pizza back. You're not grabbing a slice if you haven't hit that like button. Oh, jeez. Come on. Spent a lot of money on these pizzas. All right. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's start off here. All right, this is an older video. Let's take a look. How old is this? 3 years ago? Thanks for the entertainment, 525. I can't believe those riders too late. Let's see. What's at 525? Yeah, move the branches. Not a big deal. Biker boys, you can grab a slice. Yeah, just get off the bike and move the branches. You just gonna leave it for everyone else? Take a little bit of time. I don't like the mentality of it's not my job. It's not my job. The street worker should come by and pick it up. It's like, dude, come on. Take 5 minutes out of your day, 5-10 minutes out of your day. Remove the branches because you might be saving a life. You'll never know until you do it. Dum-dums. All right, hit that like button, everybody. So in 3, 2, 1. What is up, everybody? Dan the Fireman here. Welcome. We're going to be watching some motorcycle crashes and close calls and going over and reviewing them so we don't make the same mistakes ourselves. So let's just go ahead and jump into it. Yes, Moto Stars. Okay, so if you're a brand new rider, this is the video for you. Make sure you check out the link in the description for the 2.5-hour motorcycle training video that I have. If you're a brand new rider and don't know how to ride and you want to learn how to ride, that guy did a crazy U-turn in front of a cop. Very lucky, but check it out. It's all time-stamped from 0 to your endorsement. All right, going a little crazy in the mountains, not a big deal, you know, if you have the skill, but it doesn't seem like we do. Found the escape. Thankfully, did a good job. So I will point out some good stuff here.
Yep.
This is a 3-year-old video, so Moto Stars tends to let the clip run a little long on these ones. All right, let's go back just a little bit here. All right, so when I'm out riding, I'm enjoying the beautiful scenery. My hands got cut off. Oh, no. I'm enjoying the beautiful scenery. I don't care about the speed aspect. So if you're a brand new rider, I get it. The speed aspect is the thing. If you've seen any of my very first videos, basically, I was an ass. Simple as that. I was riding like this, but I had the skill level. But yeah, I now just enjoy the view. One thing I want to point out, so we're going to point out some hazards here, is that when you're riding, when there's like the sun and the shade and all that stuff, and trees, that will mess up your vision. So it's going to mess up your line. It's basically like somebody drawing all over the lines. It's hard to see where the original line is. It can mess up your vision, so be careful with that. So just go with the speed limit, enjoy the view, enjoy everything. Here, he got a little panicked around this blind corner. His line of sight got a little messed up. And trust me, you're going to feel that when you're driving your car or riding a motorcycle. You're going around a blind corner. A little freaked out. Don't like it, but you have to commit because you are riding and you are driving. Because what's around this blind corner, we don't know. We don't know if a car's coming. So doing this, boom, we get hit, right? Okay. Thankfully, nothing's there. But thankfully, we can see now because line of sight's open. So he found escape. Okay, we found the escape path. He's applying the brakes in a straight line. Thankfully, we have a shoulder here to mess with. And he's applying the brakes to the point where he's able to stop. So great job with the progressive brake pressure. That's something you want to practice in a parking lot, which, like I said, I have that video, and part of the whole video is I go over braking quite a bit. And at the very end, the last end, like the chapter 12 in that video, is that we're practicing emergency braking for the DMV test. I go over the full test process for Arizona, which is about same as 39 other states. Straight line weave, U-turn, tight turn, emergency braking, emergency swerving. That's what you go over. So panicked a little bit, but good job not panicking and slamming the brakes. Good job with the progressive braking. Let's move on to the next video and try to figure out some other stuff. Okay? We're going to be going over the plan method quite a bit here, and I'll explain that when we have an actual situation. All right. So actually, locating hazardous situations. This type of stuff is pretty hazardous. Anybody wanting to pull out is a relevant threat. Anybody that does pull out is an active threat. We have to move into a new position for safety. So let's take a look. Side of the pedestrians. They're hazardous. Oh, come on. Hold on to your kid. So they're hazardous. They're unpredictable. So rev bombing, don't like it. You could have just let them in. You could have just applied the brakes and let them in. Not a big deal. Oh, nice CCT video. Oh, geez, I have something just for you. This looks like it's a dealership. Okay, maybe we're doing like a demo ride. Maybe he's test riding the bike. She might be the person allowing him to do that. He might be brand new, but we have something perfect. Like I said, that original video, link in the description, but we have the Smart Rider motorcycle training drills. This is a great parking lot. You're going to learn how to actually do all of those little turns. You just need 10 cones. Okay, I sell 10 cones. So here's 10 cones or 5 tennis balls cut in half. You have 24 motorcycle drills. You set it up, QR codes on every single one of these pages to show you how it's done. But you set it up once and you get 24 different drills all the way from beginner to expert. Some crazy drills. But you're going to learn how to do those U-turns, friction zone, throttle control, how to maneuver the bike in tight spaces so that you don't have this situation. This is like in every drill, you're doing like 5 U-turns. So that right there, understanding how to do this without dropping the bike. Check it out, link in the description for 20% off of this. It comes with a digital version. I know I'm selling this out pretty good because, you know, that's what pays the bills. Digital version right here. Digital version. Same thing. And it's like, how do I do the QR code? Well, you just click the QR code and it'll take you to the video.
Guys, Lefty Lucy. Lefty Lucy's a lot of fun. It's just a bunch of left-handed YouTubers.
Try to beat my time because I actually have all my times on there from that video. So check it out. This is a great thumbnail, by the way. There it is. Check it out, okay? Maybe we don't have to do another ad read, right? Yeah. Well, it pays the bills. Thank you, guys. Working on the new book.
Biker himself informed it was the large amount of
The training manual book.
the lane which caused
Oh, sharp right turn coming up ahead. Okay, now we have a sharp left turn coming up ahead. We see those chevrons. We're gunning it through. Oh, I think we hit a bump. I think we hit a bump. So if we're going decent speeds, like the speed limit, that bump might not have been a big deal, but still, I think it could have been. Right there. You see the road? It's hard with the YouTube compression. You can see kind of a bump. Like right there. Oh, maybe he applied. So one thing that can happen is a road surface hazard can cause you to lose traction. It can cause you to lose traction, but you see how he's covering that front brake? He's doing trail braking right now. So he probably has some skill. So doing some trail braking. Maybe applied a little too much front brake in that corner. Maybe a little too much, or there was a road surface hazard that caused him to crash. Now, as new riders, we're not riding super duper fast through the corners. We're just kind of enjoying the ride, like I was saying earlier. So we're not going to have a lot of the same issues because it's a lot easier to avoid gravel, road surface hazards, anything like oil, bumps, and all that stuff. It's much easier to avoid that while you are going the appropriate speed. If you're going fast, you have to see them a lot quicker and adjust a lot quicker. So it's more of an advanced skill. So it looked like he was trail braking, so he has some skills. It's just that mistakes happen, things happen. So as smart riders, he was wearing it, but wear full gear. Acquire and use personal protective equipment just in case. All right. High skill, high risk. Okay. These guys have a lot of skill to be able to do this, but they're also taking high risk. So he understands that. So he has crash guards for his engine and his bike. But what I don't see a lot of times when it comes to stunt riders is wearing gear. They wear a helmet and gloves, but not gear. So high risk for the body. Like that. So he's probably concussed. Let's go back just a little bit. So wear a full face helmet. Let's just pretend that this is like a normal ride. We crash. Typically, you go face first when you crash or lean to your side. But either way, whenever you hit your head, it's either the side of the head or right here on the front of the face. So wear a full face helmet at all times. Because if he was not wearing a full face helmet, look at what would happen. He just ripped his face off. Dead. Dead. Right now, concussion. Okay? The brain sloshed inside, hit the inside of the skull back and forth, all that stuff. So concussion, right? But physical trauma to the face, down. Teeth demolished. Jaw probably ripped off. Like at least dislocated or something. Split open his jawbone. Not good. Now, even with a full face helmet, that chin bar is going to hit you in the face. It could break your nose. It could really, you're going to have a bloody nose possibly. Busted up lips, maybe a chipped tooth and all that stuff, but it's still better than completely ripping your face off. Trust me, I've seen that. I've seen it on fire calls or motor vehicle accidents as a firefighter. So he's probably concussed. Thankfully, he's able to survive, but we're moving on, I guess. All right, here we go. Pretty fast. What's going to happen here? That person's letting us through. Kinda. Oh, they're all over the place. If you see that, and you see idiots like that, and they're just kind of like all over the place, going a little wobbly-woobly, hopefully you and your buddy have Cardo Pack Talk edges. There's a link in the description for 10% off for this, but you guys can communicate with each other. Be like, hey, I'm stuck behind the idiot. I'm stuck. He's all over the place. There's no way I can pass him safely. I'll catch up to you. I'd rather keep an idiot in front of me than behind me. All right, here we go. Switching over. Okay, watch out for this car to the right. Hey, we did the open lane pattern, right? Good escape on the left. Why did we have to do that? I don't know, but he applied the brakes. There you go. He found out what was happening, moved on, got in front. Moved on. All right, blind corners, having some fun with some dual sports. Oh, lost traction on the rear tire. Slip and slide. That's going to be something that happens when you're doing something on gravel like this, gravel roads. It kind of comes with the territory. You typically see this when it comes to these kinds of roads and like doing these off-roading stuff. On tracks, you typically see low sides. On streets, you typically see collisions with cars. Okay, so this is kind of what's going to happen every now and then. This is why you wear full gear. Interesting that he's wearing like leathers. You typically don't see leathers with people doing this kind of stuff. You usually see like touring stuff. Like climb gear. All right, here we go. Oh, going a little crazy.
As far as
a little pit bike.
And
All over the road. All over the road. Don't like it. Yeah. Oh, is he wearing? I think Moto Stars said flip flops.
Oh.
Is that a Honda Ruckus? Is that a little Ruckus? No. What is that? No, it's not a Honda Ruckus, right? Write in the comments what that is. Acting like an idiot. All right, intersections. Dangerous for motorcycle riders, left turners specifically like that.
What are you doing?
Okay, good job not accelerating super duper fast through it. Was able to see it ahead of time. All right, we moved over to the open lane. Open lane pattern for us. We did that. Okay. Oh, switch it over. Emergency accelerate out. Good job. So there's 3 things we can do. Emergency accelerate, emergency swerve, emergency brake. He used emergency acceleration to get out. He's got a pretty powerful bike. Was able to do that. Got himself out of danger. So he located that hazard, right? He assessed. Oh, definitely assessed. There's the acceleration. So he's going to navigate into a new position for safety up ahead. Now, I'm assuming, 60, that's not 67 miles per hour. We're not going 67 miles per hour. Probably not. It's probably kilometers per hour, so 60 kilometers, it's about 37. We could have also applied the brakes here, but he used the acceleration to get out. So, did fine. So, roundabout, same thing. There are intersections. Watch out for anybody merging. Oh, we leaned a little far. We lost traction. The rear tire lost traction. Gained it. Very good. A little drifting. A little drifter.
I leaned too far.
Lean too far. Yep. What do we got here? What do we got here? Oh, random person. Tim Boyd for Mayfield Township Committee, ready to serve. So somebody's doing an illegal U-turn. What do we do? I love that it did slow motion. Let's go back to that. What do we do? Quiz time, everybody. If in order to get a slice of pizza, it's time for a quiz. The 3 things that I just talked about. What is it that we can do in this situation? We have 3 things: emergency swerve, emergency brake, or emergency acceleration. When you're looking at this screen right here, what can we do? Panic. Yeah, we panic, right, Solid Snake? We panic. We slam that front brake and we dump the bike, had to lay her down. Everyone else got it wrong. It's a trick question. No, I'm just kidding. So what we can do is we can accelerate. We can swerve. I wouldn't brake. Braking is not going to be a part of this equation, because if I apply the brakes, I'm going to slow down and slow down and slow down and stop basically in their path of travel. I have really good braking skills. I practice it all the time in a parking lot using the Smart Rider motorcycle training drills. Go ahead and check it out. Link in the description for 20% off. Go practice 20. But if I apply the brakes, I'm stopping right there where they're going to hit. Okay, so braking's not part of the equation here. I either have to accelerate or swerve and then get back into my lane. Got to do something, okay? Pop a wheelie? Close. So I'll give you some extra credit so you can make up for that point. So what do we do here? Sometimes doing nothing too, because they're kind of slow, but at least move over to a new position for safety to the left side of your lane, because we just navigated this active threat. So let's see if he moved to the left side. Didn't really do much, no, but good job. Got him out of there.
Price, bro.
Give it, and then check your pants. Pull over, check your pants. Probably poop. All right, Red Mockingbird. We're gonna go to the open lane. We're checking. We're looking. There's the open lane. Oh my gosh, we've seen 3 open lane patterns from the perspective of the motorcycle rider in this video. If you've been watching my YouTube channel for a while, you'll understand what an open lane pattern looks like from a different point of view. But what it is here is that we have an open lane to the right. We want to get into that lane. We don't like being stuck behind all these people right here. We want to get into our lane. We want to be in the open one. So what do? He's looking in his mirror. He's got a nice little blind spot mirror too. That's kind of cool. But you do your head check. You look at your mirror, you do your head check. You look in your mirror, do your head check. And when it's clear, you go. Okay? Car drivers don't do that. They tend to not check their mirrors. They tend to not look in their blind spot. They just do. And that's dangerous for us. But we did it. So we're moving over. We're like, cool. Yeah, what's going on here? And then we switch over. Now, here's the thing. Now that we're here, I can already see it. This guy, look at his tire is turned. He's got his blinker on. He wants to do it too. You wanted to do it. He wants to do it. So when you see this, you either let them in or you move over as far as you possibly can to the right side of the lane and try your best to accelerate out. This guy's in the way, but still. Is open lane pattern taught in the MSF? No, not specific thing. They teach like blind spots, but they don't teach the actual pattern. Like the side of the vehicles is what you look for intersections. They just tell you to look for intersections. It's hard to see intersections. It's much easier to see because intersections itself isn't dangerous. It's the side of it's the vehicles in the intersection that are dangerous. So you see the side of the vehicle right here? That is what's dangerous. This intersection is not dangerous. It's the car that wants to come out that's dangerous. So great question, Hog Rider. So once again, we're doing this live. So we have chat in the chat, but they don't teach the open lane pattern. They teach the blind spot and then people wanting to come out while you're in the blind spot. I like to teach the whole thing. You know, I like to teach it all. So accelerate out. Do your best. So good job swerving. Just nice little swerve. Good job. Love that. There's another open lane pattern right here. We might want to get in that left lane, right? It's because we're stuck behind the car in front of us. And if we change this motorcycle rider's perspective to a car driver, the car driver doesn't want to be stuck behind the white car. They want to get into the open lane. But all of a sudden, we're in that open lane. They don't see us, and they switch over. Boom, we get hit. So this is human behavior when driving. Road looks terrible, so take it easy. If you're riding and you see a road like this and you have blind corners like this, just take it easy and aim for the good spots. Try your best to aim for the good spots.
Race in an unpleasant way. The rider at the front was very lucky that he was able to brake in time.
Probably snows a lot in this area. Okay, so we got some shrubbery. Good job applying the brakes because you don't know what's around the corner. Right? So just pull off to the side, drag everything off, remove it from the road so other people don't run into the same problem that you just ran into. Pretty simple. Pretty simple. But we watched a little bit of this before the stream. We saw this part. They don't move it off, guys. Come on, just move it off. Come on, just move it off. Do a little community service. Just do a little community service. All right, nighttime riding, pretty hazardous. Oh, open lane pattern. Open lane pattern. Yeah, it's at night. Nice little, is that a Honda Rebel? I love my little Honda Rebel. Okay, open lane pattern. You see how it's open? They're moving off into our lane. See what I mean? See what I mean? All right, merge area. Okay, switched over a little bit. Good job switching over. Good job moving to a new position for safety. So we have an intersection right here. Watch out for sides of the vehicle. See what I mean? Yeah, they don't teach it in the MSF. They just say roundabouts and intersections. Hey, watch out. What are you watching out for? I don't know. That's why I teach it a little bit extra. You watch out for those vehicles. If you see the side of a vehicle, it means they can go in front of you and you can hit them. This is the back of the vehicle. They're going in the flow of traffic with you. So if they're the side of the vehicle and they're not slowing down, that's letting you know, oh, don't like it. This could be something. So you see the side of the vehicle right there. That right there. Okay, so creep in a little bit. Roll off the throttle because we're in an intersection where there's a lot of different mergings. When we're in our own lane, the only mergings you have to worry about are the people doing the open lane patterns and merging and switching lanes. Here, we just have all this craziness. That's why intersections are dangerous. So when we're going through an intersection, we're cautious, very cautious. So good job applying the brakes. Watch out. And that's a learner. That was a learner vehicle. I admit I should have been paying more attention to the road. Yeah, exactly. Pay attention, guys. It was a learner plate. They were learning. All right, so they switched over. So this is the only issues we really have are people switching over, not intersections. Riding a little fast is pretty nuts. They switched over because of an open lane pattern right in front of you. Brake lights, what are they doing? Are they turning left, turning right, slowing down for no reason? What are they doing? I don't get it. I'm not going to get close. I'm not going to do this. Good swerve, though, out of the way. Could have panicked. But I would have just waited. Pay attention to the RV. Okay, we're paying attention. They're switching over. Is an open lane. Open lane pattern, stuck behind a cement truck. I don't want to be stuck behind a cement truck. I don't want a chipped windshield again. That's pretty much it. Not a big deal. Going a little fast. Nice, beautiful views. Nice and chill. They creeped over a little bit. That's something you have to watch out for in the mountain riding because car drivers are terrible. Also, they'll come over. So when I ride in the mountains, I'm riding middle. A lot of people are like, "Oh, do outside, inside, outside." So go from the outside, go to the inside, and then you get shot out to the outside, so you can make your lines a lot easier. You go faster. I don't care about going faster, guys. I want to make sure I have a good space cushion away from this line and a space cushion around on the outside because there might be debris. So I'm riding in the, okay, that's starting to look like something else, but I ride in the middle. And that causes you to go a little slower because if you're trying to maintain just the middle, it means you got to be really good with drawing within the lines and riding within the lines. You're welcome, Tyler.
This is
Glad you're here.
those clips which I hope will be a cautionary
I hear an
tale for
ambulance.
you and which will convince you to drive safer.
What's up with the camera angle? Is he hanging off the side of the bike? Oh. Ooh. Oh, he's just walking. Yeah. So, this is what it looked like whenever I showed up on scene. Okay, this is what it looked like. And so when I show up on scene, like I'm driving the ambulance, the rescue, whatever, or I'm in the back seat of the fire truck and we show up on scene, right? So first thing I'm doing is trying to figure out what's the mechanism. Well, if it's a motorcycle versus car, pretty high mechanism because I already know, right? Not a lot of protection for the motorcyclist. Pretty bad. So when I pulled up on scene here and I see this, motorcyclist is probably ejected. High mechanism of injury for that motorcyclist, multi-system trauma, all these different problems, probably level 1 priority. But what people don't realize is that the people in the car are messed up right now. So hopefully it's just the driver. But if there was a passenger in the front seat, some damage. If there was a passenger in the right side, so the passenger back, right? So this one right here, I'll just go ahead and circle it. If there was a passenger sitting right there, they are in a lot of pain, if not like massive damage. There's a high mechanism of injury there because this is what's called compartment intrusion. That is a massive amount of compartment intrusion. So when you're sitting in the back seat like that and you have your arm on that armrest, that right there got smashed into you and there's enough compartment intrusion where that metal would have hit you in the ribs easily. And we're also talking about the airbag hitting your head, but that metal just hit the whole right side of you at a very high impact. So we're talking spinal injuries too. We're talking about all the different injuries to that back passenger. Everyone else might have had whiplash and like freaked out. Seatbelts kept them in and all this other stuff. The car absorbed a lot of the impact, but that passenger back there. So when I see this, I'm like, motorcyclist, definitely number one. Somebody who had to been driving the motorcycle. So that person, high mechanism. But I'm checking with the driver of this car and be like, did you have passengers? No? Okay, good. They're like, yeah, I did. Because, there was somebody in the back seat. Okay, we have 2 people that are really screwed up now. Easily. And the driver could still be messed up. So I'm really concerned about that. Now, why did this happen? That's another thing is like I started seeing this a lot when I was riding or as a firefighter. And it's like, how can I make some tips, videos, and YouTube stuff on how to help other motorcycle riders? And because it's like, what do I see all the time when I'm on the fire department? I see motorcycle crashes. This is a left turner. They're coming up from here, turning left, right? This motorcycle rider, boom, impacted. That's what happened. I would see a lot of left turner crashes, just like this. We see it all the time on the motorcycle crashes and close calls videos that I do on the live streams every week. So make sure you guys check it out. Grab a slice of pizza. But we go over all this stuff. So very bad, very bad. And that's why I developed the Smart Rider Principles, learning how to rescue somebody after a crash. So making sure that we are rescuing somebody after a motorcycle crash. So if you roll up into the scene and you see the motorcycle rider on the ground, he's bleeding out of his leg, do you have a tourniquet? Do you know how to remain calm and ensure on safety call 911 and actually stop major bleeds? Do you? Hope so. Pretty bad accident. Pretty bad. Hopefully he's alive, but typically they're not. That's easily a fatal accident. Easily. Yep, left turner. And that's a sudden deceleration too, because that bike is there right next to the car. The motorcyclist is down the road. Yep, there he is. They got an emergency blanket on him. So this white car was not part of the incident. This white car is blocking traffic. Now, I would have parked it a little bit further away because if a car does hit this white car, it's still going to hit us. My goal is to block traffic. So if I pulled up on the scene and I see the motorcyclist right there, I would have parked my car. I would have parked my van, my sweet Chrysler Pacifica van. I would have parked it right here. Pretend that other car's not there. I would have parked it right there. So I had space over here between me and the patient. And if somebody kept going, not paying attention, they're going to hit this, and then they're going to hit my vehicle and hopefully stop. Hopefully these vehicles that are in the road stops the car from hitting me while I'm working on the patient. We used to do that with the fire trucks and the ambulances. It's like if the truck gets hit, it is what it is. It can be replaced. If I get hit, I might not be able to get replaced because I'm special. All right. So yeah, he's not doing too well. Can't see much because of the blanket. I wish I could show you more. All right, doing some wheelies, buddy. Yeah, boy. Up and over, slow speed. It seems like not the safest road to do it on. I would do it like in an empty area. Because, I mean, a car could be coming around that corner. Hey, having some fun on a little small track, a little supermotos. Having some fun. This is where you practice your high-speed maneuvers. You can practice your slow-speed maneuvers in a parking lot with these drills. Lots of 24 drills. Link in the description for 20% off. You can do that. This is where you want to practice your high-speed stuff. Supermoto is the best moto. Looks like they took their supermoto on the road. Let's see what they do here. Roundabouts. Okay. Looks like it's a little wet. Hopefully we don't low side. Yeah, there it is. A little bit of a low side. Looks like the water is wet. The ground is wet with water. And so right after a rain, what happens? Water hits the ground. There's oil on the ground, right? Hits the ground. Water and oil don't mix. So water will get underneath the oil, lift it up off the ground, and start going like this. And that's when it becomes slippery. Okay, so that's probably what happened. Because tires are pretty good. Tires do pretty good. So that probably just lifted up some oil. So take it easy in these corners and roundabouts. Don't. Not smart. I get it. In your area, it might be legal, but it looks like somebody else crashed already. Nice little impact. Abonne.
Ça va, y'a pas de blé.
There you go. Just go ahead and lift it up.
Thanks for watching till.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you, Moto Stars, for having that. But once again, guys, click the link in the description for all that stuff. If you want to learn how to ride, I'm going to put an end screen up here. for you. It's a 2.5-hour full training series from nothing to basically practicing your license skills test. With that said, hope you guys ride safe, be safe, don't make mistakes like these guys, learn from them, and I'll see you guys later. Woo-wee! Yeah. We got another. It doesn't look like we're gonna have very much, but if you guys haven't seen this, this is it looks like we're not gonna have an example, but this is an actual member dealing with an intersection. So basically, a vehicle came out. Watch him handle it. Sees it, applies the brakes, honks the horn. Not a big deal. After they got safe, honk the horn, downshift to get in the appropriate gear, moving on. Simple. That's all you have to do. That's all you have to do. That's it. Not a big deal. Not a big deal, right? All right, we got one more. I'm gonna try something out. We're just gonna power through it. I'm gonna stay away from the keyboard. I don't care if it's a good video that I think it's a great learning lesson. I'm gonna stay away from the keyboard. I'm gonna stay away from the keyboard. We're not gonna do anything. I'm not even gonna do an ad read. We're just gonna power through it. Because I have to start editing. That's really it. So 3, make sure you hit that like button. We have 80 people in here, only 68 likes. Let's get at least one more like, you know what I'm saying? Let's get one more like. Hit that like button. Hit it. So 3, 2, 1. What is up, everybody? Dan the Fireman here. We are going to watch a Moto Stars video. I'm not going to touch the keyboard here. We're just going to let it play through. It should only take about 9 minutes, but we're going to go over some crashes and close calls. I'm going to try to talk as fast as possible over Moto Stars. So right here, we're riding on the interstate. Somebody's going to pull out. Just kidding. Somebody's actually going to hit us from behind. We have full gear as smart riders. We're acquiring and using personal protective equipment, but at nighttime, it's hard to see, specifically at this point of the day, like at dusk, where your lights don't really work, where you still can't really see because there's not enough light out. So be very cautious when it comes to that. He didn't wear any gear. I want to pause that so bad. You might need to pause it a little later. His gear is tore up. Try to pass on the right, not very smart. Knocks 0, so don't worry about, oh, this was 3 years ago, so there's a lot of mirror punching. So we're doing some wheelies, high skill, high risk. There's the risk. Wear gear, wear a helmet, because you don't want to rip your face off, so make sure you wear a full face helmet. So go ahead and get out of there because you're doing reckless riding. You don't want to get in trouble with the cops.
Like it hurt, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, look like it hurt, bro.
Yeah, it looked like it hurt. Yeah. Oh, you ripped your skin off. Yeah, bars. Yeah. Yeah, that's gonna suck when you're taking a shower. Thankfully, no broken bones. That's good, just flesh. You know, your nerve endings exposed. All right, moving on. So we're gonna lane filter. Kind of dangerous to do that. Oh, why would somebody open their door? We don't know that. There's being D-bags on that one. At that point, just keep looking forward because you're doing something stupid. All right. Oh, we were the pedestrian causing a motorcycle accident. So what happened there is slammed that front brake, lost traction on the front tire, dumped the bike, so progressive braking. But you shouldn't be speeding so fast when you're lane filtering because if somebody does do that, you want to be able to stop in time. All right, big bike night. You're going to have somebody show off. There it is. Up and over. Now you're embarrassed. You just destroyed a really expensive bike. Ego is completely destroyed. Nice little Red Bull at night. Love that. All right, so yeah, everyone's gonna help him out. Very cool. Don't act like an idiot. Don't worry about your ego. All right, here we go. We're gonna go fast with our group.
For such a large group.
If you want to ride with a group and communicate with everybody, grab yourself a Cardo Pack Talk Edge. Link in the description for 10% off. You can talk to everybody here, basically. Chat with each other. So if something was happening, like idiots passing everybody, you can call them out. Oh. There's the impact. Knocked her down. Knocked him down. So when it comes to rescue, hopefully you can rescue somebody after a crash. Hopefully nobody has major bleeds. Oh, geez. That's all you can really do. Make sure somebody calls 911 if it's actually bad, because sometimes people are like, somebody else will call 911. Tell someone to call 911 or you call 911. Looks like a Power Ranger. Can't see his legs. How is he even walking? He has no legs. I just see boots floating. It's weird. Good job lifting it up that way. So you want to lift it up from the backside. That guy doesn't want to get up. You need to get him off the road. He's going to get ran over.
Don't move yet. Don't move.
Just kidding. Actually, wait. Double check. Make sure he's fine. Probably just laying down like embarrassed. It's more of an embarrassment type thing. But big mob rides like this, highly dangerous, lots of stuff going on. So if you're a brand new rider, don't participate in those. Once again, I only see boots and a jacket. I don't get it. So somebody's, oh, he's got a 360 camera back in the day. Nice. Oh, X1 too. I had the first Insta360 back in the day. Very first one. I started doing 360 stuff. It was a lot easier to do. Oh. So he slammed the brakes, gained traction, lifted up the bike, endoed. Typically when you slam the brakes like we saw with that scooter, it dumps the bike. So he actually gained traction. His foot was caught. I wanted to deposit there, but what you notice, his foot was underneath the exhaust. That's why you wear full gear. All right, low side is, okay, tail of dragon, here we go. So we're just going in and out, low side. So what happened, he fell inside the turn. So he's gonna turn left, falls left, like inside on the ground. So how do you rescue somebody after a crash? Okay, he's moving, that's good, gives you good information. His brain is working, his heart's working, he's got blood flow, his lungs are working, he's not limping, so his musculoskeletal system's starting to work. He's understanding what's happening, so maybe he's not concussed. Okay, what's happening here? What do we do?
Can you go ahead, slow down traffic? Yeah. Thank you.
Perfect, love that. That's what you want to do, is that you want somebody around that corner to slow down traffic because they might be speeding around the corner, hit that guy, or somebody around that corner hit this guy.
I got the bike, just chill.
So we want to be able to turn the bike around, get him into a position for safety.
Okay, perfect.
Good position for safety. He's located. This is a hazardous situation. We got to navigate ourselves into a better position for safety. That's a better spot over there, so good job on this guy. Actually, he's helping him out, moving it over himself. And we're going to get into this better spot over here. Going to handle it. Very good. Love that. All right. Nighttime riding. Looks a little wet on the ground. We're going to do some wheelies. All right. 3-year-old videos back in the day, they always do that. All right, we're gonna land it probably wrong. Maybe speed wobbles or just straight up flop. Oh, yep, straight up flop. So we're gonna slip and slide everywhere, bounce around. You notice how the head hit the ground at least twice?
It wasn't
wear a helmet.
The fault of the driver who
wear a helmet. Okay, a little bit close to the curb. Don't like that. We're in the blind spot of that blue car. Blind spot of the red car. Moved over. Good job with applying the brakes. Moved himself over into a new position for safety. Located as a hazardous thing. Navigated the active one. Good job. You can only do emergency swerve, emergency brake, or emergency acceleration to get yourself out of a dangerous spot. Honking the horn, rev bombing doesn't work. Yelling doesn't work. Roll off throttle, applying the brakes, pulling the clutch if you need to. Let them in. Typically not a big deal.
You look before you turn.
Yeah, well, they don't. So we have to take our safety, under control. It's our responsibility, not anybody else's. Intersections, roundabout. Watch out for the side of the motorcycle. Okay, making it through. Okay, you don't have to, that's the thing, is you don't have to pass. You don't have to pass another motorcyclist. Okay, open lane pattern. They switched over, saw it, went back in their lane. Very good. Scared us a little bit. If you don't know what open lane pattern is, I'm not talking about it today. Watch the live streams. Hit that subscribe button so you can watch the live streams. I talk about it all the time. There's the side of the vehicle. That's another pattern. Good job swerving out of the way. Handled it. Moved over. Okay, watch out. We have people there. Okay, moving on here. Side of the vehicle right there. What are we going to have? Are they going to start creeping out when we're trying to make a turn? Yep, like a dum-dum. Moving on. Not a big deal. Good job applying the brakes in the middle of a turn. Handled that. All right. Intersection, once again. Wait till it clears. I bet you he's going to go when it's not clear. I bet you it's going to be green for him, and then he's going to go. What do you guys think? No? This is going to be a collision. Yep. Idiots. So what do you witness? It's not a big mechanism of injury. Not a big crash. I don't think anybody's going to be severely hurt. It's going to be scared mostly, but you can still kind of stop and ask if they need help or just move on.
Such situations
here we go.
always remind us how important it's to wear the right gear.
Once again, rescue. How can we rescue? If I see a motorcycle parked in a car like that, somebody crashed. Oh, nice little shifter, heel shifter on that. You see that? You guys, I don't see that very often. All right, guy on the ground.
I think he had a concussion. He went too wide.
Concussion. So brain sloshed around the head.
911.
See, you tell someone that's
911,
on remain calm. You tell someone to call 911 or you do it yourself.
Don't move.
So the ground is acting like a spine board. It's a splint for the spine. How you doing, bike with Ben?
Just hang
Not
tight.
wearing full gear.
Bike out of here.
He told me he was on a Lico road when he crashed. I mean, he didn't know he crashed.
Don't move. Don't move. Just hang tight.
So it looks like they
Hang
came
tight.
from the opposite direction.
Just
The
hang
bike
tight. Okay.
basically got stopped by that right there. So that's where they was coming from that
Let's
way.
get this bike out of
Stopped,
here, guys.
and he
Come on.
flipped over. So you see all the where the bike went through the wash or the ditch. So he got flipped over.
I have to wait for everybody else, dude.
You want to help me?
Wear
here?
full gear.
We're gonna have to wait for everybody else.
Ben bike with the
We just need to
$4.99.
get it up so we don't need to hang out.
Thank you,
Let's
thank
help
you.
them out. Let's get this shit up and.
Very a sharp turn right here, coming around the corner. Not a big deal. I don't know why we had the hand out like that. Kind of a whatever. Not a big deal. What do we got here? Going 135. That's like almost. That's over 80 miles an hour. All right. All right. Oh, creeping up a little too close. Whoa, whoa. Of course they're gonna do that and then gun it because they knew they did something wrong. Jerks. All right. See how you can't see much at night? Be very careful of idiots like that. So just calm it down with your ride.
For watching till the end.
Oh, you're welcome, Moto Stars. So guys, if you like that and you want to learn how to ride a motorcycle, I do have a video. It's 2.5 hours long, 12 chapters from zero, absolutely nothing at all. You have a motorcycle, but you have a neighborhood, to actually riding around, practicing everything to get to a parking lot and practicing your motorcycle skills test. Check it out, links in the description. I'll put it up here somewhere on the side of the screen, but check it out if you want to learn how to ride. With that said, hope you guys ride safe, be safe, and I'll see you guys on the next live stream. There it is. There it is. I have to start editing. It's already 1:20. I haven't eaten at all today. I am hungry. And I gotta let the dogs out. Who let the dogs out? But yeah, once again, guys, grab yourself a booklet. Links in the description for 20% off. Go Practice 20 is the discount code. Cardo, Rock Form. Thanks for the donations, everybody. Thank you, Ben Bike. Thank you, Ham on Wheels. I appreciate that. Thank you, everybody. But I am going to go on vacation. I'll be in Florida this weekend. And I'm going to be working on the new book. This is the prototype. I just printed it out. Hey, green screen. Told you I do stuff on green screen. But yeah, I'm working on the prototype. It's gonna be hopefully probably 80 pages. It's gonna be a big book, but it's gonna get you from nothing to getting your endorsement, and then level 2 is gonna be for the Smart Rider crew. Oh, that rhymes. But I'm gonna be heading out. I'm gonna take the elevator. I'll see you guys later.